Praise your holy name, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Kakrakadash. Praise your holy name. I'd like to give double honors to them elders in Great Millstone, on down to the youngins that's preaching this word sincerely with no gimmicks. You know, we talking about gradualism, you know. It's been thrown around, you know, and that's what's happening, you know. Gradualism, you know. Jake don't understand gradualism, you know. He always, you know, think he in control of something, or you know, he can handle the situation, you know. But you can't handle this situation, Jake. It's out of your control. Since you've been here, everything's been out of your control, you know. You think you got it all together, Jake, you know. Some Jakes still want to keep their little shops open and sneak in there and still do what they do when they finna clamp down on you, you know. You know, some smoke shops still want to stay open, you know. They finna clamp down on you. A few beauty salons and barber shops want to stay open, but they finna clamp down on that ass, Jake. Gradualism. You don't understand that these people are coming in to do what they do, you know. And gradualism is the slow and gradual change that happens within an organism or society to make a better environment. And that's what they're trying to do. They think they're trying to make it better, you know, when it's already damaged, out of control. You know, you can't heal. You can't heal Babylon. It's already wounded. Make better environment fit for an animal or a human. Gradualism, a policy of gradual reform rather than sudden change of revolution. So they ain't doing a sudden change, they doing it gradually. Let's get down to these precepts. 2nd Ezra 16 and 14. Behold, the pledges are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. So, you know, this coronavirus and all these other type of viruses that's coming, famine, you know, they're sent. They're not going to return, you know. So when they hit this earth, you know, it's for the coming of Yahweh Shai, you know. So all these things have to do and shall not return again, and they shall come upon the earth. And this is the beginning of sorrows. This earth is finna feel it right now. You know, the ghetto queens think they got it going on right now, you know what I'm saying? They on Instagram twerking, you know, showing their ass and their titties, you know. But they finna shut all that down. The internet finna get shut down. Everything that you care for is finna get crushed, you know. Deuteronomy 28 and 32. That they care for, because we don't care for nothing. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fall with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. You know, so the people gonna come in and take your children, you know. They already took them, you know, during slavery and sold them off, you know, and now they finna do it again. You know, they finna come inside your house and take what they want, you know. And you go long for them all day long, and there shall be no might in your hand. You can't do nothing about it. Unlike us country people say nothing. You can't do nothing about it. Job 9:4. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who has hardened himself against him and has prospered. So, he mighty right now. Esau, he mighty in strength, he got the army behind him, and he think he wise in his own mind, he is wise in his mind. They say he's wiser than Daniel, but all that has been taken away. Psalms 10:2. The wicked in his pride does prosecute the poor. Let them be taken in a device that they have imagined. So the wicked in his pride, they prosecute us, all day long, doing the food stamps, getting food stamps, general relief, social, SSI, in the ghettos, they prosecute the poor, we the poor. Let them be taken in the device that they have imagined. So let it be flipped on them. They think this gonna win. They gonna win. Because they've been winning for the longest. But now it's gonna be flipped. When Yahweh Shai come back, he gonna put the elect on. Isaiah 10:1-2. Woe unto them that decreed unrighteous decrees, and that has right grievousness which they have prescribed. So all this stay at home act, that's an unrighteous decree. Stay 6 feet from each other. When we get on the bus, they don't want to sit next to each other. They say stay a seat from him, but the bus still be crowded, The bus driver be upset, but that's a discreet, unrighteous decree. To turn aside the needy from the judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, and widows may be they prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And that's what they do, The widows are they prey, and they rob the fatherless, They do us wrong, We ought to pray. And they sink up on us like a saber-toothed tiger. Isaiah 34:5-8. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Adullam and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So, when he say his sword is bathed, in heaven, that's the nukes. Yeah, the nukes, they bathed in heaven. The sword of the Lord of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with the fatness and with the blood of the lamb and goat, with the fat of the kidney of the ram. For Yahweh has sacrificed in Bozram and a great slaughter in the land of Edom. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the butlock with bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For in is the day of Yahweh vengeance, and the year of recompense for the anniversary of Zion. So the Most High, and Yahweh Shai, it's the day of Yahweh Shai vengeance for what you did to him on the cross, how you dragged him, how you did him real dirty, So the slaughter is going to be real deep, So the vengeance of our Lord to come, It's nothing to be played with. For all that you have done to the saints of the Lord. Jeremiah 9:5. And they would deceive everyone his neighbor and would not speak the truth. They have taught their tongues to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity. And that's what, the uppers have done, through the TV, that we used to call it the one-eyed devil, that TV, because all it do is teach, deceive our people and teach them to do things that's not right, teach them to be gangsters, hoes, thugs, gang members, pimps, players, hustlers, not the righteousness and the man of the Lord or a shamefaced woman, And that's what Esau did. He deceived us. He's the great deceiver. Jeremiah 15:1-3. Then said Yahweh unto me, through Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus says Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for sword to sword, and such as are for famine to famine, and such as are for captivity to captivity. So the ones that's for death, get your death. And the ones that's going to fall for the sword, the sword is coming to you. The ones that's going to die of famine, yes, the famine is coming for you. The ones that's for captivity, may you get, yours in the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, says Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. So he got possibilities for you. Everybody ain't gonna die the same way. The 2/3 gonna get it, the way it come, He got multiple choices for you. Jeremiah 30:7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So that the Jacob's trouble is here, is knocking at our door, But the elect gonna be saved up out of it, not because of our works, but because the Most High, said it, because we written in the book. Hopefully I'm one of them. Said, put on like the elect. So I'm going to claim to be one, Ezekiel 24:9-12. Therefore thus says Yahweh, power, woe to the bloody city. I will even make the pile for the fire great, So he gonna make the pile for the fire even great. Heap on wood, kindle the fire, consume the flesh, and the spike it well, and let the bones be burnt. Then set the empty upon the coals thereof, that the brass of it may be hot, and may burn, and that the filthiness of it may be molded in it, that the scum of it may be consumed. She has worried herself with lies, and her great scum went not forth out of her. Her scum shall be the fire. So that's all the evilness that's in America, the great whore. Evil has surpassed here. You know, it did double, triple. It ain't nothing but evilness everywhere you look. You know, you walk down the street. You know, you see people defecating in the street, pissing in the street, dookieing in the street. You know, you turn your phone on. You look into Instagram. You got females showing their ass and titties. You know, it's just everything wickedness. You got the Sugar Shack sweet boys, the tender lenders. You know what I'm saying? They running around rapping. You know. They got the lickety lick sisters. You know, they licking on each other. They tongues stick out like a lizard, licking on each other. You know, wickedness has consumed it. It's a scumful place, and the Most High is gonna burn it with fire, nuclear fire. Them nukes gonna touch their skin and consume it. Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the day comes, says Yahweh power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of the hearing of the word of Yahweh. So, you know, it's going to be a time that it ain't going to be no more word of the Lord going forth. It's going to be so much, you know, that they gonna want for it, but it ain't going to be here, you know. He said, behold, the day has come, says Yahweh power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but the hearing of Yahweh, of the word of Yahweh. So the famine coming, you know. So even the prophets ain't going to even be preaching in that time. Ain't even be giving the word. You know, we going to be going through it. You know, we going to be trying to endure to the end. Luke 12 and 49. I am come to set fire on the earth. And what will I, if it be already kindled? You know, so it's going to be already kindled for him. You know what I'm saying? So when he said it, it's going to be a blaze. You know, the fire is already kindled for him. You know, when Yahweh shot touched down on this earth. You know, when he cracked them skies. Romans 13 and 11. Yeah, I talked to one Jake earlier. You know, I was telling him about, you know, a prophecy that his mama, you know, gave, you know, a dream, you know, not a dream, she prophesied to me, you know, and told me, you know, a few things, and I see that they coming, you know, to life right now, you know, so I called him and told him, you know, and he's like, oh yeah, that's cool, you know. He said, you know, and talk to me later, you know, I'm shooting a movie. So, you know, Jake, he think he, you know, entrepreneur. So in these troubling times right now, he trying to shoot a movie. Jake mind is toe the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? He trying to shoot a movie in Jacob's trouble. In a time of trouble, distress, and anguish, Jake is trying to shoot a movie. A ghetto movie at that. A no budget movie. You know? Ephesians 5:15 through 18. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So, you know, circumspectly. That's, you know, watch your surroundings, you know. Watch what's going on, you know. But Jake, he ain't watching what's going around him, you know. Not as fools. He a fool right now, shooting a movie, you know, instead of watching his surroundings, you know, seeing what's really going on. He think he still got a shot for Hollywood. He want a Hollywood swing. You know, not as fools, but as wise. Redeem the time, redeeming the time because the days are evil. So we redeeming the time. We know Yahweh Shai is about to make his great appearance, to start a movie, that Yahweh that did made this a big movie, and Yahweh Shai is the star of it, because the days are evil. It's bad times right now, It's bad times going on, and Jake want to shoot a movie. He want to be a Hollywood star. He think it's his time to shoot up to the stars. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. So we ain't gonna be unwise. We gonna know the will of the Lord. And the will of the Lord is to come and crack the skies, and for Jacob trouble in the hour of temptation to pass through, and to the 2/3 to get their ass ate up, like catfish around here, and there's some of you mentioning catfish. I saw a ghetto queen out there. She was on Instagram, and she was she was flashing her food, like she gonna get through this famine, and she was showing her crabs, and her shrimps, and all that, that the scavengers of the sea, and I'm looking like, you eating sea roaches. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing good about that. But that's what the Miss Jake is doing. Miss Jake thinks she got it going on. She's showing sea roaches. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing but sea roaches you showing, But she bragging about her sea roaches, She bragging about her lobster and her shrimps. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of Yahweh is, and be not drunk with wine, wherein excess, but be filled with the Spirit. So don't be drunk with the wine, the philosophies of this earth, of America or whatever. Yeah, don't be drunk with that bullshit, but be filled with the Spirit. You got to be filled with the Spirit of the Most High. Let this Spirit run through your veins. Revelations 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And that's that old Satan, he's still around, Esau, and the devil only means, the deceiver, he's a deceiver, he's the great deceiver, which deceiveth the whole world. He deceived the whole world, within his, what's that, the Pope, he think he deceiving the world through the Catholic Church, and all that city that they got with no rules over there. I forgot what they call it. Where the Pope stay at, they got their own rules. So that's why they raping boys over the Vatican. They over there, with their own rules, and they deceiving the whole world, Him, and all cast out, all his angels were cast out with him. And that's the angels that was cast out with him, the Baptist church, and all that old bullshit, that's going on, that got the beads and all that, and Mary, Hail Mary and all that old other bullshit, the angel, the great dragon cast out, the old serpent called the devil and Satan, Esau, which deceived the whole world, So he's still out here. He's still doing what he do, you know. Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitators of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. And yes, we even know the sea is catching it. You know, they got chemical spills in the sea. Whales is de-welling themselves, you know, because they can't breathe in the water. So the sea is even catching it with this devil. You know, and he coming down with great wrath, you know. So with this gradualism, you know, that's sneaking up on them, you know, but not the men of the Most High. We know what's going on, but it's the slow and gradual change that happens within an organism or society to make a better environment fit for animals and humans. Gradualism, a policy of gradually reform rather than sudden change or revolution. So that's what he's doing right now with this old coronavirus. You know, he got them going, you know. So he coming down with great wrath. So we have to be very careful, you know. We can't walk circumspectly, you know. We got to walk wisely. Revelations 18 and 17. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the companies and ships and sailors and many as trade by sea stood afar off, you know. And for in 1 hour, you know, this is coming to nothing, you know. All this is going to be, and the ships are already, you know, it's stopping coming here from this drought, you know. So in 1 hour, you know, this whole America is going to be took down, you know. Revelations 18 and 20. Rejoice over her, thy heavens, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh hath avenged you of her. You know, so the Most High going to avenge us, you know, of all the stuff that he done to us in captivity over captivity, you know, because we reincarnated, you know, back and forth to the earth, you know, and Esau did us in every time, you know. So we going to rejoice, you know, over the taking down and the falling of Babylon the great whore. You know, so they gradualism, you know, is coming and it's going to hit Jake real hard. He ain't going to know what hit him. He still think he can, you know, party like it's 1999. And we're going to give all praises to Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Krakadash. Shalom, brothers.